You got jokes?
No, because I was just rolling with. Thought we were just gonna do a straight up talk episode.
No, it's fine. Yeah.
This goddamn book.
We're back to the book, baby. I miss this thing.
I don't.
Yeah, I don't. I'll let you know if I miss it after.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna find out.
Keep going. Keep going.
No, that was the fold.
Okay, there.
That was the fold.
Hold on, let me read the beginning of that one because you weren't here the last time I just don't want to say it again.
Which one?
The one on the left
That
side.
one?
Okay, go ahead.
I used to have a job at a calendar factory, but I got the sack because I took a couple of days off. I don't know.
That's
Cute.
pretty good.
Yeah, I told you he's gonna like that one. I knew it.
I don't.
I knew he was going to.
Why did the crab never share?
Why?
Because he's shellfish.
Okay, we're on a downward spiral here.
Yep.
Quickly.
What do you call a factory that sells passable products?
Passable?
Passable.
I don't know.
A satisfactory.
I don't get that
Ah,
one. I get it, but I don't
I
get.
get it, but I don't like
Yeah.
it.
Okay. Bring jokes, Billy. The
you
only
hear
person you
about-
could be mad at is yourself.
Listen, did you hear about the restaurant on the moon?
No.
Great food, no atmosphere.
Okay. Yeah, that one's pretty good.
That one was good.
You want to do one more?
I'll do one more page.
Okay.
that was good. I like that one a lot.
I literally flipped this over and I saw my wife and I thought it said my dick.
Okay.
That's a great way to
My
start a
wife.
joke.
My wife.
My wife is really mad at the fact that I have no sense of direction. So I packed up my stuff and right.
Okay, that's the most dad joke I've ever heard in my entire life.
Oh my god. I ordered a chicken and an egg from Amazon. I'll let you know.
Oh,
All right, you ready?
Yep.
All right, let's go.
You're now listening to the most mediocre podcast on the planet. Honestly oversharing. Welcome to the Thunderdome, bitch.
I'm crying. Dude, I will still never get over it. That's I couldn't have found a better laugh for that.
Don't
for
worry,
that
we're
intro.
gonna get.
Did you hear
many
it this
more
time, Q?
year.
it was spotchy, but yeah, I heard bits and pieces.
Story time. Q, for those of you who don't know, Q never hears the intro.
I like to sing it in my head.
Yeah,
Q-
that's fine.
Q heard the laugh one
Boom,
time
chicka,
in
chicka,
person,
boom,
and that was after a very
Great
raunchy-
story about a midget.
No, I'm talking about down at his place. It was after a very raunchy episode that Rich led me
Oh,
down
that
a
didn't
dark
get
path.
recorded.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, the one instance
yeah, the one instance.
that made me almost pee my pants.
Yeah, that is.
I was wearing these sweatpants.
That was a fun night.
Dude,
It was.
That was a lot of fun.
Listen,
Yeah, it was.
I wanted you to know, you and Matt are dying of laughter. So am I. I look over at Q. Q's just got this shocked look on his
Yeah,
face.
Q's
and
jaws on the ground.
He had never taken his eyes off me after that was done.
Yeah, it was pretty disgusting. Just kidding.
Yeah, I wonder
it was
who led me
hilarious.
down that dark path.
You led yourself.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? I was the only one
Only
on that
watched
path.
some-
Nobody.
I was the only one on
Nobody
that path.
told you to use the
I
voice.
was nobody. No, that's true.
Oh,
nobody
that's-
told me. Nobody told me to use the voice.
Nobody told you. Q, we gotta find a way to be able to do hot seat that game on the show, but with you like not here. Obviously, I'd love to do it again while we're all together, but I'd love to play that game while we're all
Nice.
not.
Oh yeah, me too.
That was
That'd
a
be
ride.
That
lot
was
of
so
fun.
much fun.
That weekend in general.
Or like Cards Against. We'll do an episode where we play Cards Against Humanity.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty fun.
I'll tell you what though. That weekend in general down at Q's place. Fucking
Yeah, it was a good time.
we had fun.
That was a good time. I'm excited to do it in Michigan.
Was it? I know Billy doesn't really have a gauge on how Nashville was, but what was it more fun or less fun than Nashville, Q?
They're just two very different experiences.
Yeah, I was gonna say the
got-
same thing.
I got to see it in my first playoff football game, which was a blast.
Yeah.
That was its own fun instance. But then, the bar scene was insane. Our Airbnb was cool. But then getting to golf with you guys when you were here, getting
Yep.
to go downtown Kansas City and see Rico put a cone on his head. That was just as fun for me too.
Watching Link try to run a red light on a scooter.
No, not try. He did.
Oh, no, he did.
Yeah,
he did. That's true.
I have video evidence.
That was one of the funniest things ever.
We bird ganged downtown Kansas City and then went to a gas station and literally sprinted home.
Yeah, this guy didn't sprint.
And Q was like, "Oh, it's gonna take for." And here's the thing, Q. You said the walk will be long, but then you found a way. Even though you knew the neighborhood, you found a way to make it longer, and somehow that's still my fault.
I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm just saying Uber was an option. Like that.
He's got a point.
Why take a 4-minute Uber when we could have made memories on a 35-minute walk?
Oh, we made memories. We made memories of watching you sprint. And I said, "Hey, can you make it from here to that truck?" And you said, "Not a problem." And you took off.
I made it 3/4 of the way
You
there.
made it 3/4 of the way, and then about 5 minutes after you did that, you said, "I gotta go find a bush."
Yeah, I hadn't eaten a whole lot.
No, you didn't even get any of that pizza.
No.
When we stopped, you were in the bathroom taking a shit. You're like, I'll be in the bathroom.
Fucking pizza bar.
Yeah.
Oh.
Didn't get any pizza.
You met Jackson Holmes, though, that night, too.
Yeah, fuck that guy. All right, let's jump into the show. So we got a beer here for you today. I have had this beer before on accident. I didn't mean to drink it. I just was having one of those days where it's like I'm going to drink 7 beers. This is part of that Voodoo Ranger variety pack. It is the Voodoo Ranger Experimental IPA, which means that they have not given a name to it yet. Are you gonna read it?
Yeah, I'll find
Billy's looking up the description. I've already had this.
Where's the description?
Yeah. Matt's not here today. Matt got COVID for the 14th time.
Proud of you.
But last time I had this, it was really fucking good. So they do this every year where they put out an experimental IPA to see if it gets purchased enough to be able to put it into like circulation. This one's really good. Last time I remember it was a little sweet. I think it's a hazy, but we'll see.
Find out. And I don't even think they have a description.
Yeah, they probably won't have a description for it.
Oh, I think I found one. No, but this is the coolest picture. Yeah, listen. Look real quick. That's you. That's you. If you were to fucking do
It
something,
kind of does look like me.
that would be you.
That's a nightmare for me. This is the douchiest looking guy I've ever seen in my entire life, and it looks exactly like me. You can't see my mustache right now because it's extremely thin, and I did that on purpose, but I'm rocking a stash right now.
Dude, I fucking love it. I need to shave this part, though. It's turned into a short handlebar.
Yeah. I honestly don't.
All right.
Just
okay.
put some wax in it. Go ahead, Billy.
Our Voodoo Ranger family is brewing with trend-setting hop and malt varieties and served with a side of sarcasm. Let's just say Voodoo Ranger doesn't take himself too seriously, and neither should you. The bottom line, if you're looking for an innovative IPA that are hop-forward, bold, and occasionally hazy, the Voodoo Ranger has your back. Oh. 6.6 ABV, 32 IBU. Sabro hops. Oh, those are going to be good. That was crisp.
Oh, that was kind of good.
That was really good.
Yeah, I like that one.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Rico, what are you pouring that in?
I'm pouring it in a really cool frosted mug that happens to have a logo on it. It's a collector's item. You only have to pay. I don't know how much they are now on the website, but they're 40.
30.
Oh wow, that's
That's not bad. Dad looked at me yesterday.
Honestly, it's not too bad. It's not too bad for what you're getting. This thing is a murder weapon. This
really
is the most solid beer mug I've ever held in my entire life. I asked Billy to hold it last week, and I said, "How'd my dick feel?" But this is the most solid beer mug I've ever held in my entire life. It's got the Honestly Oversharing logo on it. It's got the Puke Man on it, but more Honestly Oversharing than anything. If there's one thing that we really didn't think about when we made the hoodies, was that people might not want to wear something that has somebody puking on it that large. But if you bought one, thanks. If you haven't, go fuck yourself. But make sure you go to teamexcluded.com/honestly oversharing. Hit the merch button and get everything merch that is Honestly Oversharing on Team Excluded's website. This episode is also brought to you by Uncle Irvin's Beef Jerky. Uncle Irvin's Beef Jerky tastes the Texas. You're tired of the store-bought big box beef jerky. We all know the brand. We know the brand.
Bullshit.
You know the brand?
I know the brand.
It's like red package.
Black too.
Might be a lack jink. You know what I mean? It's just not up to par anymore. There's a better company out there doing better things with better flavors. And that just happens to be Uncle Irvin's beef jerky. Go to uncleirvins.com / promo code RICO at checkout to get 10% off every single time you order. You can get hats, you can get shirts, you can get stickers, and you can get the best darn beef jerky on the planet.
You can get a tattoo of Rich's face on your ass.
That would be kind of cool. If we could get, oh man, if we could do enough business with them to where they just like get the temporary tattoos of our faces.
Each employee has to have a temporary tattoo of us.
Pretty cool. Q, what are you doing over there, bud?
I'm just singing Uncle Irvin's new motto. It's hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more,
Nice.
no more, no more.
Nice. I really like the way
I'm
you
so
did
proud
that.
of you thinking
that was
of
good.
that.
All right, so let's actually give this a taste.
I fucked up and I poured it way too hard.
I saw that, dude. It was aggressive.
I went for it.
It's
I
an
said,
IPA. You can't do that.
No, I know. I said, fuck it, let's go for it and see what happens, and it did not turn out well. I'm going to get some of this head real quick.
It's good.
Shit, Matt doesn't say.
All right. I mean, it's not necessarily false.
Sorry, dude. He's not even here, man. You don't say that about a man that's on the show. Come on,
He'll hear it later.
What
and
if he
text you.
doesn't have COVID and he's just at home getting head?
respect.
Honestly.
Tip the cap.
Yeah, go ahead, buddy. It's not bad.
It's deadly.
It's shockingly light.
It's deadly, and here's why.
Okay.
You said the first thing. It's light.
Yeah.
Here's the other problem. That motherfucker is smoother than shit.
Mhm.
It's six. What did I say? It's 6.8,
6.6 or
6.66, whatever. Fact of the matter is, you can have 6 of these, and you're on your ass. That's what it is.
Yeah. That's what
Look
happened
at-
to me.
I mean, just look at that.
Yeah, you can see right through the fucking glass. For an IPA, it's shockingly light.
That ring light looks piss yellow right now.
Dude, look at the foam from the bottom.
I know.
Doesn't it look cool? Kind of looks like a lava lamp.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like this beer. It's got the right amount of bitterness and sweetness, to where you're not like making a face right after it.
Did they say anything about Citra or anything in that?
No,
No.
you read the hops. It was
Sabro.
Snodgrass,
Sabro.
Sabro hops.
Hot grass.
Yeah.
Hot ass. What?
Bars.
Okay. But this is pretty damn good. Here's the problem with this beer for me.
Matt didn't read the description.
No. If you don't drink this fast enough, this beer becomes incredibly disgusting. You have to fucking drink it while it's cold. A good way to keep it cold is by going to teamexcluded.com / honestly oversharing. Make sure you hit the merch button, grab yourself a koozie. He was like, wow, that's
AKA
fucking upper
can
echelon. But the minute this beer gets a little bit warmer than cold, it's fucking gross. I will say that. It kind of tastes like a hot vomit. But with that being said, I'm gonna give this. I'm not gonna give it an 8, so I'm gonna give it a 7.9.
I was thinking about 7.5.
7.5. I think that's
7.5.
fair. I think
Only
that's fair.
because of the fact, like, it's just a deadly combo. Don't get me wrong. I'm here for the deadly combos, but this is one of those ones where you're gonna fucking throw these back in the summertime, chilling, playing some cornhole. Next, you know, it's gonna be fucking 2:00 in the afternoon. You're on your ass trying to figure out where the fuck you're at. That's what it is.
Yeah,
yeah.
these ones they sneak up on you, and it's because of how light they are. This is a really fucking good beer.
If
So-
you were to pair that beer with a food, what food would you pair it with?
Ooh, great question. And why did you ask that, Q? Why would you ask Billy to pair that with a food? It's because Billy does a TikTok cooking series called Soulless Cooking.
There it is.
I think he was waiting for you to say it.
Yeah.
So Billy, tell me with your food expertise,
Oh,
considering that you are a affiliate with the greatest beef jerky on the planet, I figure you know something a little bit about
Ooh.
food. So tell me about what food you'd pair that beer with.
with this being light but heavy in alcohol, I say, honestly, dude, you can go with a nice ribeye with this.
Ooh, give me your steak.
That's a good choice.
Ribeye with some mashed potatoes and grilled asparagus.
I was so if we're gonna pair this with an Uncle Irvin's beef jerky, I would say the peppered. The peppered one would be really good with this because sometimes with beer and you eat like spicy shit,
Yeah.
it doesn't. It's like too much. But that peppered is just like mild enough, and then this is just light and sweet enough where I think that'd be a really good pairing.
So I did.
The Bohemian garlic would be really fucking good with this too.
Well, 2 weeks ago I did. What was it? The M43 and. What did I fucking make? The pizza? Yeah,
The pizza.
And I threw
That pizza looks so fucking good.
So I threw jalapenos on that, and I'm like,
You throw jalapenos on everything.
dude, I'll light my asshole up later.
You need to turn that into a running joke.
What, jalapenos?
That
on?
you put jalapenos on
I'll fucking
everything.
make sure jalapenos are on everything. Trust me.
The
like,
video that we made that never came out, you put jalapenos on that sandwich. Let me tell you though, that sandwich was pretty fucking
I'm
good.
putting fucking jalapenos on these shrimp tacos I'm making.
Can
later.
you? Ooh.
I just gotta find a good beer to pair it with.
Go with cucumber lime goes.
Get fucked.
Go with like a Mexican beer.
No, I don't want. So here's the thing. I don't want to go like straight down to like a Mexican beer. I want to find something in my palate that would go with that.
That
You
like
see what I'm
tastes
saying?
like cultural appropriation.
But it.
Yeah.
You guys have
Okay,
Mexican
moving
food
on.
in the north?
Oh,
Yeah.
we have some of the best. There's a literal whole entire place in Detroit called Southwest Detroit that's just like, it's known to have a lot of
AKA
Mexicans
Mexican town.
Mexicans there. But there's it's literally just there's a Kim and I just went grocery shopping at a place called Honeybee. It's a Mexican market, and it's like there's like an actual like old timey butcher there that'll cut like ribeyes for you fresh.
Yep.
It's you'll when you finally come up, when you finally decide to come up, we'll take you to Mexican town. It's so fucking good, and there's food trucks down there that'll
Oh,
change your fucking life.
The food trucks around here are just amazing.
But yeah, so this beer average score 7.7. It's pretty damn good. Not the best beer I've ever had, but it's getting a high score because of how dangerous they
Is
are.
it because it's sitting in that nice glass? Is that why?
I think it's because of this nice frosted mug. Now that we're done with the beer, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? What's it time for, Q?
Wait, what's that? Guys, this might be my most controversial one yet.
Oh, really? More controversial than applesauce?
Yeah, this might be my most controversial beverage yet.
If it's pudding, I swear to God, I'm fucking turning everything off.
Okay, hang on. Can I just? I want
Lemon
to.
juice. Just kidding. What?
Can I want to just ask? Does it have anything to do with Advanced GG? We're getting that
No,
out of the
there's
way.
no advanced GG, but you can go to advanced.gg/below-average-hue, get yourself some nice supplements and powders. Make you feel good, make you scream louder. All right, here we go. So I don't know how to go about the introduction of this without just drinking it in front of your face.
Okay.
What do you guys think I should do?
It sounds terrifying.
Could you not find a description online, or is
I
it
could.
something that you
I'm looking at it.
concocted?
I'm looking at it. It's right there.
Does it give it away if you read the
Yeah.
description? Okay, so drink it first, and then I want to guess it.
Milk.
And then give me, other than lemon juice, give me one of the ingredients.
Yeah,
After you
so
take a
right
sip.
After? Okay.
Yeah.
Cheers, boys.
Oh, that's fucking disgusting.
Hang on.
Dude, if that's a white Russian, no, he drank it way too fast.
I'm
It's
sa-
milk.
I'm saying milk.
He's drinking fucking milk. What are you doing? Are you 6?
Getting the vitamin D, baby.
That
Dude, I haven't drank a full glass of milk in a millennia, but I might go down and have another. I had to do a little refill.
I
I think Rich is one of those people that get very like just upset with people that just drink milk.
yeah, 100%.
Why?
Do you want to know the biggest reason I stopped eating cereal?
Why?
It's because of my disdain for milk. I think it's gross.
That was good.
I think it's
I wish I had
fucking
some
gross.
Oreos with it.
You know what I think ruined milk for me? Subtle brag here, bodybuilding. Because I was drinking a half a gallon a day almost.
Yeah, that's not good for the insides.
Well, I mean, I was getting huge. I was gigantic, but
Outsides.
I just got tired of the taste of it. Same thing with eggs. If eggs aren't mixed with a shit ton of stuff, I won't fucking eat them.
Oh, I
I'm the
got
same
something
way
to talk
with
about
eggs,
later
dude.
with that.
People that just sit there and can eat eggs, like I envy them. I wish I could do that. I can't do it.
Like I can, if you throw one on a burger, it's like you're making that burger better. Or like I can't do omelets because there's not enough shit in them, unless it's like a country one and you put like sausage gravy on it.
Ooh.
But
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast.
anyway, Q's drinking milk. That's fucking gross. Can you read the description though?
Yeah. This liquid is produced by the mammary glands of mammals, including humans.
Including humans. You needed to include that part?
That's what it said.
Gross.
Breast milk is the preferred food for infants, as it is well tolerated while their digestive tracts develop and mature. Dairy milk may be introduced at later ages if tolerated well.
If Kim wasn't pumping the exact amount that Theo needed to drink, I would definitely be drinking, like, as a bit on this show.
Have you tried it?
Breast milk. No, she won't let me because she's not pumping enough.
One of our friends wants to do that.
Who is that?
We'll talk to you about it after the show.
I don't know. Do it here. I'll edit it out.
Anyways.
To die.
Smart ways to live.
Yeah, that's a good one now. All right. Let's get on to the show.
What kind of bullshit are we getting into?
So, wait, why are we here?
3 idiots. They have microphones.
Why
And
are
they
we
didn't
here?
bring a topic.
3 idiots. 3 microphones.
In a
One
world.
dick. But let's get into it because this is something that I've been thinking about for a really long time. Well, not a really long time. Past couple weeks.
Q's dick.
No, and I think Q's been going through it as well, especially just that topic in general and trying to keep up with it.
His own dick.
Can you let me get there?
Okay, go.
Okay.
Continue. I'm
Jesus
gonna
Christ.
take one more guess at it. I'm gonna let you know now.
I'm telling you right now, so
Okay.
there's no reason to guess after this.
It's got to be my dick.
Anyway, it's motivation.
Oh, there it is.
It's motivation.
Okay.
The past couple of weeks have been really tough for motivation. I'm working nights now, and I didn't realize how much of a toll it would take on my body and my mind. I feel like the past couple of weeks I haven't really been in a good position mentally, not like depressed, but just like mentally to be in a state to like be creative. And Q and I had a whole conversation about creativity, where we find our creativity at, where it derives, like where we feel like it comes from, the spots where we feel most creative. We had that conversation before, and my creative spots are being forced to be changed right now, which is fine. I just like need to be quicker about finding them, because we've set a goal of 1 TikTok video a week, and I've just been like blanking really hardcore, and it's pretty frustrating. But I want to talk about motivation just in general, and then we can talk about it singularly. So I guess the best way to talk about motivation is, where do you guys think that motivation comes from? Like, is it an inherent desire? Do you think that every human feels motivated or has the ability to feel motivated, or is it something that like some people have and some people don't?
Q, I'll let you go first.
I think motivation isn't sustainable. I think motivation comes in spurts, regardless of who you are, whether motivation to do spring cleaning, motivation to get to the gym, motivation to do well at work.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, where motivation begins to dip is where discipline takes in.
Yeah.
So I think motivation and discipline can work together hand in hand when one is absent. So I think everybody has motivation. I think they do. But like I said, it's not sustainable. I don't think it's always going to be there for people. That's where habits, that's where routines can help keep you on track when the motivation's not there.
Yeah.
When it comes to content creation, though, it's hard for discipline to fill the void of lack of motivation, because with motivation comes creative ideas and creative thinking, whereas discipline is just, I don't want to say it's going through the motion, but it kind of is in a sense. And when you're going through the motion, it's hard to develop the creative thinking that you want to make the content that you think you can put out. So content creation is an entirely different beast between motivation and discipline, in my opinion. It's tough. It's really tough.
Yeah, I mean, I agree there. I think that motivation is what kicks off routine. I think it's what starts routine. because motivation-free running, I think, can only last so long on its own. Motivation for me is like a parasite. Like it needs a host, and the host, it needs a host to be able to survive, and that host is routine.
Yep.
And if you don't have routine, that I feel like motivation isn't a mindset. It's not. I feel like it's a fleeting moment. And if you don't have the boundaries, if you don't set boundaries, and if you don't have the wherewithal, that's a word that Matt wouldn't be able to pronounce. If you don't have the wherewithal to be able to create a routine around that motivating factor, that motivation will come in and out.
No, I agree with you guys on that. Because I'll tell you right now, over the last couple of weeks, I would say other things factor in, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, work schedules, family schedules. You know, Rich, you have a kid, so you and Kim are trying to raise this beautiful baby boy. So, like, you have to have time for everything in your day to do certain things.
Yeah.
So, for example, I was talking to you about this a little bit. This past week for me was a living fucking nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we had that ice storm come through. I was over at my parents trying to help them get a generator running.
Yeah.
You know, working late. My schedule has been all over the place at work. I've either been getting off at 4:30 or 6 o'clock.
Yeah, rough.
So I'm working 12s or 10s. And then having to help them out through an ice storm. And then on top of it, I'm still coaching hockey. I'm playing hockey.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm doing this. I'm sitting in front of a microphone with these two idiots and doing a fucking show. We're having fun. Now, there's times where I'm just kind of like, I'll sit on a fucking couch or lay in my fucking bed for a minute and be like, dude, like, I want to turn my fucking phone off. I don't want anything to do with life right now. I literally came home Friday. I got off at 4:30. Came home Friday. I literally fell asleep at 6 o'clock. Did not wake up until 10 because I was so exhausted from the week. I was I had things I needed to do like around the apartment and whatnot. But because I was just so tired, I needed a break. So I finally just said fuck it and laid down. I was like, dude, I'm gonna sleep. When I wake up, I wake up. That's how I looked at it. But like motivation in itself is like you can be motivated about something. I'll say this. But have you guys ever gotten motivated at the wrong times? I.e., like for me, I've been at work and I'll be lifting like bars and shit to load into my machine. It's like, dude, this is a good fucking workout right here. Like, I want to get to the fucking gym right now. Guess what? I can't go to the gym right now because I got another 5 hours until I'm off work. So then what happens? You get off work and you're like, I just want to go the fuck home and go to sleep. You're not motivated anymore. You're not wanting to push for that.
Yeah.
So to me, motivation can come at the right time, the wrong time, or not at all. And it just depends on, I would say, your mood.
Yeah. And so like, Billy, what the big thing that you're saying too is staying motivated within your routine as well. And I think that it's easy for us to sit here and say, well, if you want to stay motivated, you need to create a routine. Raise your hand if you think you have a steady routine that you follow every single day. No, none of us do. So I first and foremost want to say that. Like we're not standing here at a podium saying you need, like, this isn't a TED Talk about starting you need to start a routine and you'll stay more motivated.
Nope.
What I want to talk about is how to start a routine as an average Joe, as an average Jill. You know, what advice can we give to people to start a routine? Because I think that we're three people who have, in certain moments, been really good with a certain routine, whether it happened this year or whether it happened 10 years ago. I think we've done that before. We've experienced that.
Yep.
And I want to talk about a time where you felt the most motivated you've ever felt, and what you were doing to not only continue that motivation, to feed that motivation, but what was the routine that you were sticking to?
Fuck it, I'll go first. Oh,
yeah, go ahead, Billy.
No, you go ahead.
I was just going to say, to start routines, or to get into habits of things, develop discipline, it begins with that first word. You just have to start. You have to start. And when you start, or you begin to do things that are challenging for you, as David Goggins would say, they suck. They fucking suck. You need to do something that sucks every day. once you start seeing or feeling the accomplishment of doing something that sucks, I think your discipline and routine will begin to form. But the biggest problem that people make when trying to start a routine is they go too hard too early. Like for instance, if you're trying to start a new diet, people will hardcore start fasting, just being very strict. This is the only thing I need. This is the only thing I need. Rather than, okay, easing into it, in my experience, has developed a greater discipline and a greater habit of routine for me throughout my life, rather than just going cold turkey or going full sprint into something. I would start my gym routine. I started going 3 days a week. Now I threw in an extra day because, oh man, I felt good. I kind of want to get a pump today. You know, let's do an extra one this week. And then now I'm going 4 to 5 times a week. I'm actually going 5 times a week to the gym.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Whereas it was 3 days. That's it. Started off for 3 days. Awesome. Felt great. But then I found myself starting to feel even better about it. Like, oh, let's throw in another one. Let's throw in 4 days. Let's throw in another one. I feel 5. And then for me, going to the gym and doing stuff that sucks is good for my mental health. Like, if I don't get to the gym now, it's not that I feel like a piece of shit. I just know I won't get the feeling of being done after the workout. Yeah. And that is one of my favorite feelings in the world, or the feeling after church, or the feeling after doing something like a long run. That satisfaction after accomplishing something that sucks is what helps me a lot. Really.
Q, you look like Chris Bumstead before he got big. That's a compliment.
Chris Bumstead. Look him up real quick.
C-Bum.
Look up
C-Bum.
C-Bum.
Yeah, I've heard that. C-Bum. People told me C-Bum.
Yes.
I know that name.
And that's not an insult. I don't want you to take that as an insult. You look like Chris Bumstead before he got big. And he rocks the fucking mustache all the time. Now you just need to get the mullet.
No, I can't grow a mullet anymore. Corporate America won't let me.
Fuck corporate America.
Yeah, get a warehouse job, buddy. Billy, go ahead.
I'll tell you what. I agree with everything you said, Q. Because putting a routine in place is really good. But how many times have you guys made a routine for yourself for like either throughout the week or something that you want to stick to for the next couple months, but you've had to tweak constantly?
Well, I feel like that's part of it.
But at the same time,
because life happens, right?
Right, life happens.
Bless you.
Thank you.
It was a weird sneeze when I turned. Look, you. Like the routine, it's not a perfect world. It's not going to be a constant same thing every single day. It's not like Groundhog Day, like the fucking movie. He wakes up.
Are you saying that that's what causes a lot of people to build a routine and get away from it quickly? Is because they don't realize that, oh shit, I'm gonna have to infuse my life in with this.
They're gonna continuously wake up, and either they're gonna stay in the same routine and not tweak it when they should, and get unmotivated, or they're gonna continuously get up and be like, well, this is not what I want to fucking do. This is my routine for the day, but why am I doing this, and this? So X, Y, and Z is not lining up with A, B, and C. This is bullshit. So then they start getting unmotivated even more. They don't realize it. So some people, I would say, have that train of thought where Q, like you, right? You started adding in days to go to the gym. You said, okay, let's start with 3. Then we'll go to 4. Then 5. You wanted to get that pump. So you started factoring in, saying, okay, I can do this, and this now in my day. But you don't try to burn yourself out, correct?
Well, yeah, and the way I look at it is, I look at it as a domino effect. Like, I wanted to do 3 days, and I was very content with that. When I started doing 3 days enough, where I started really enjoying it, it's like, oh, now I want to add the 4th. It's no, I have to add in 4th. It's like, no, I want to.
I want to do it.
This is great. I like doing this now.
What's the results? That's very much results driven too. Like the results cause you to be like, I bet if I add one more day into this, I'll feel even better. Or I bet if I add one more day into this, even a half day, if I even add a half day into this, I'm going to look in the mirror tomorrow and be like, wow, I really did something.
Well, that's like for me the other day. So Thursday night, I had gone to the gym, right? And my personal trainer looks at me and goes, hey, we're deadlifting today. And I said, I've never deadlifted before in my life, right? Started off, I think it was like 135. Worked my way up to 319. Like, holy shit, never did this before in my fucking life. He's like, dude, you've never deadlifted before? He goes, you have great form. You're doing great. I said, I mean, I guess it's like the athleticism.
Yeah, it's just like, you're like deep-rooted athleticism, like taking charge there.
And I don't look like it, obviously, and that's fine because I've let myself go over the years. But, like, I've started to slowly.
Where'd you go? Where'd you let yourself go to? Sorry, go ahead.
McDonald's, Burger King.
Yeah, same, bro. Taco. The best thing about living out here is fast food is so far away, bro.
Well,
You live
depending on
way,
where
you
go.
live way too close to it.
Dude, we have like fucking Culver's. I won't ever go there, but like we have
I
Culver's,
love Culver's.
Wendy's, fucking Taco Bell. Dude, here's the shitty thing.
Seymour.
They have a fucking Lefties right up the road. Let me
Oh,
tell you, I'm
God.
a slut for a good cheesesteak.
Okay, so Lefties it's called Lefties Cheesesteak Q. They have a cheesesteak.
The Winfrey.
No,
I
I'm
love
talking about the
Winfrey.
Fire Hose.
Okay, the Firehouse is good.
Fire Hose.
Or hose, whatever. I call it the house.
It's a cheesesteak that has Cajun seasoning on it, and then they put Flamin' Hot Cheetos on top of it.
Yeah.
Not for
I'm
you,
waiting.
but it's so fucking. They have. Have you ever had an corned beef egg roll?
No.
Oh, dude, I can't wait for you to come here. We're gonna make you. You're gonna leave 20 pounds heavier.
I can tell you right now, I'm way too Caucasian for these foods, but yeah.
Oh, dude, Caucasian for these foods.
Corned
Let
beef
me-
egg roll? It's like
Let me ask you
Is there,
this.
is,
Q.
is there anything but salt and pepper on it? Okay. yeah.
no, not really.
Not
No,
really.
it's just cheese, corned beef, and wrapped into an egg roll and fried.
I might be able to handle it. Billy, what's
Pretty
up,
good.
buddy?
I was gonna say, like, here's the thing, like, Q, have you ever just like had a one night stand? You wake up the next morning, it's burning down there. Like, that's the taste you're gonna get in your mouth. Like that's
I have one night stand in my bedroom.
hell yeah.
Prove it. Yeah, I fucking knew this.
I'm not fucking surprised.
I knew
I'm
this
not fucking
jackass was
surprised.
gonna-
Oh my god. He said, "Oh, I got a one night
I
stand in my
I
bedroom
walked
right,
right
now."
into that.
Yeah, you did. I told you, it's an actual fucking
Right.
nightstand.
I look at him standing there like a fucking idiot.
He was like, "Fuck you."
Um,
You know what I want? Oh my god, dude. I want pre-girlfriend. No, pre-girlfriend Link and Q. I don't know if Q has a girlfriend. I don't think he does. In that house, I want video cameras in there. Just those two. I want the fly in the wall.
I feel like it wouldn't be as exciting as you think until about Friday around like 8:30.
Like I just want to. I want to roll it for 24 hours, or actually for a weekend, Friday to Sunday, and see what fucking happens.
I tell that to Kim all the time. Like I just need to carry this GoPro around with me all the time because we have some like deep conversations that we just laugh so hard at the end of it. So it was a playoff game. It was a regular season football game last year. I set up the GoPro in front of Nick and I, and it's on here. It's on the memory card,
Oh,
and it's
yeah, I remember
actually
that.
fucking hilarious.
That was the weekend. Like none of us can make it. We had some, or no, we had issues with the.
That
fucking
was the
pod.
that was the video that I oh yeah it was the Q and I's episode that was like the best episode we've ever done that
And
never
it went
actually
to
got
shit.
recorded. Yeah, we saw your nightstand. Anyways, I walked right into that.
I told him it was a one.
Billy, do you remember what you were talking about?
I fucking don't, dude.
No, he threw me off the rails with that one. I want to say it was something along the lines of basically keeping with routines. You know, let's just stay with that real quick. Let's write a routine out for yourself, right? You know you're going to have to tweak it where need be, but stick with it for 2 weeks. And if you have to tweak it all the way up until the end of the 2 weeks, you're fine. But after those 2 weeks, tell me if you can stick with it or not. If it works for you.
I think we're missing something a little bit important here.
Which is?
Accountability. So
Oh, yeah.
Q and I talked, and he hasn't really stuck with it, but it's okay because I know he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. So I told Q to download MyFitnessPal and to send me what he was eating every single day. He did, and he finally did, and it was atrocious. It was fucking, I couldn't believe that that's what he was eating every like for most of the days of the week.
Chicken, ribs.
No, it was
pork.
like fast food at least once a day, every single day.
I'm right there with you. Big
But I know for a fact that he's been changing it because we've had conversations. Q, the bigger thing though is Q knows that if I say I'm gonna make you do something, if you don't follow this one thing, he knows I'm gonna follow through with that. And if he doesn't, I'm gonna make a big deal about it on social media. And he knows that the people that follow him are big enough assholes to be able to help me guide him through that.
They
Correct.
suck.
Yes. So, the thing that I think we're missing here is accountability.
It's a big thing.
So in starting a routine, because let me backtrack before I get to where I'm trying to go here. So in 2013, is when I decided, you know what? I'm going to get fucking huge. I'm going to start bodybuilding. I came home from work. I stayed on campus that summer at Ball State to work because I was like, I'm going to have some fucking fun this summer, right? All my friends, 70% of my friends are staying for the summer. Let me stay. I'm going to stay too. And I could make decent money doing what I was doing. The first day I came home from work, I took a nap on the couch in front of the TV. And I woke up. And I was like, oh, it's like 8:30. I can cook dinner and then go to sleep. Because I had to wake up at like 5:30 in the morning to be able to get ready for work.
Oh, yeah, those days.
So I was like, you know what? Tomorrow, fuck that. I'm gonna make myself go to the gym because at least I'm doing something productive. I'm not gonna because I felt like shit after I woke up from that nap.
Yep.
So I got home the next day, I changed, and I walked to the gym. And at that time, I was used to walking to classes and stuff, so a 40-minute walk really wasn't that bad. Worked out, walked 40 minutes back, and I felt really fucking good. And I had bought all this protein, and like I was already like kind of like working out, you know. And then from that day on, I was like, this is not that hard. I can do this every single day. And that's the key thing there is once you put it in your brain that like this is not that hard, you don't need the motivation anymore. That's when it becomes routine, right? When it's like, oh, like if it's something simple, like I want to brush my teeth 3 times a day. You bring a travel toothbrush with you to work, right? It's really not that hard. Like one of your bathroom breaks, just fucking brush your teeth real quick at the sink. Like it's not, once you have that realization that it's really not that hard, that's when the routine, that's when you can also have the realization that the routine has stuck. Okay? So let me go back to what I was talking about with accountability. The accountability is something that I think is incredibly important for somebody who has not had a whole lot of routine in their life before. The accountability is that it keeps you accountable, right? So there's days where I text Kim and I go, I have to edit tonight, and I come home and I pick up Theo and I'm like, oh, I'll take care of him. You go ahead and go do what you got to do. You go edit first, and she'll take my son away from me.
You go edit, damn it.
Go edit. It's only going to take you 2 hours at the most. Go edit. Okay, I'll get it done. The accountability is shocking. It's shocking how important it is, especially for somebody who has never really experienced routine before. And I think that that's something that it's not hard to find. There's definitely somebody in your life that's also trying to accomplish the same goals that you are. If not the same, they're still along the same path. They just might be parallel to each other rather than touching each other.
Correct.
Okay? Like priests with altar boys.
All right, I'm gonna derail that. I think you touched on something very important that
like
we haven't
with
talked
altar
about
boys?
yet, but you started to get to the environment around you. Like
Yeah.
you don't realize like having one person to have the same goals as you can make a difference in the accountability button or the accountability buddies or just being like Billy. You asked at the beginning of the conversation, what was the time where you felt most motivated and why? TwitchCon. When I was around all these creators that had the same goal as me, and I had these conversations with people about how they're doing it, the processes that they go through, how to make it logistically operational, how they edit and deal with their daily lives. That was one of the times I was most motivated because I was also in an environment that was surrounded by the same goals that I had. So that being a product of your environment is so true in so many different aspects of your life. But motivation and keeping routine, like Zach, he's my accountability buddy for the gym. Like he and I, we would both go through spurts where we go to the gym hard for a month and a half, and then we'd cut it off. One day would happen where we'd go do something else, and then we wouldn't just get back to the gym. But now him and I are like every day. I remember it was Thursday night this past week. I got home from work. I just went exhausted, laid down in my bed. And Zach and I are very competitive with each other, kind of like Rico and I, or Rico and anybody. Just super fucking competitive with each other. And Zach goes, "Hey, you going to the gym today?" Or he goes, "Do you want to go to the gym today?" I said, "Fuck no." He said, "All right, I'm going to go get better than you." I said, give me 30 seconds, fuck face. And then I went downstairs and went to the gym together. Like having that person to push you means so much in a routine too.
When I was at the peak of my like strength and like just the way I looked every day, I looked in the mirror and I loved what I saw, but also like the next day I wanted to get better. Like the best I've ever felt in my entire life, just like as a whole, like emotionally, mentally, physically. I'd be like, hey, I'm not going to the gym today. I got to write this paper. And my buddy would be like, you're going to sit at home for 3 hours, wait till the last minute, wait till you have 2 hours until midnight when you have to send that paper in, write that paper real quick, send it in. You don't care if you get an 85 on it. Like, you're right. He goes, I mean, you could stay at home and write that paper. That's fine. I understand, right? You waited till the last minute for this paper. I completely get it. School's important. I bet I hit 450 today on squat, and you don't.
Got his ass.
Oh,
Boom,
shit. No, the fuck you're not. And if you are, I'm going to be there to call you a bitch while you're struggling on the way up. Because if there's one thing that motivates me more than anything, can I talk shit in that moment? Am I allowed to? Is this going to be something that I can talk shit while I do? Because if it is, I'm fucking there. I'm 100% there. 100% there. So we've talked about motivation, where we think it comes from. We've talked about a moment where we felt the most motivated we've ever felt. We've talked about accountability. We've talked about routines. I want to talk about one more thing here to kind of end the show. And it's somebody we've already had on the show. We've had somebody on the show. I don't want to call them out. But it was an episode with just Q and I. And this person said, don't give a fuck, just grind. I want to squash that mindset. I know we had that person on the show, and I really do respect that person because, they are very motivated with them. They're very self-motivated with no accountability, and they do a good job at everything that they create, right? When they do create things, they do it at a high level. I want to squash that mindset a little bit. Don't give a fuck, just grind. Don't give a fuck, just grind means that you're putting yourself on hold. You're putting everything else. You're trying to put success and everything else in front of yourself. And that is, I feel like, you being toxic towards yourself.
It is.
Because you can't tell me that there aren't days where you look in the mirror and you're like, damn, I kind of feel like a bitch today. You know what? I'm going to make sure I don't feel like a bitch by the end of the day. Those moments are extremely important, I feel like, individually. To look in the mirror in the morning and be like, fuck you, and by the end of the day, be like, I'm proud of you. In the same fucking day, those days are extremely important. So, fuck you, just grind doesn't really make sense to me, because if you're not good first, fuck you, just grind never happens, because you never grind. You're not emotionally or mentally or even physically there enough to just grind.
Nope.
And the reason that I wanted to bring this to the show today is because I'm in that mode right now where it's like, I can't just grind. Just grinding isn't enough for me right now, and I need to find something to get me out of it. Right? So I don't know how you guys feel. I am definitely not one to agree with the fuck you, just grind movement or mindset.
It's just not sustainable.
No.
It's not. Like, I don't care who you are. Unless you're a fucking alien like David Goggins, whatever his fucking name is. Love the guy and I respect him. I do. He has a lot of good sound bits, and philosophies. But fuck you, just grind isn't healthy. It's just not. It's I don't think it's satisfying either, because I feel my best when I put out quality work. And a fuck you, just grind mentality forces you, I don't say forces you, but the output that you start putting into the world isn't high quality. I take quality over quantity any day.
It's like the enjoyment of the quality that you're putting out.
Right, and I'd rather have 3 really fucking good hard lifts a week than 5 lifts where I go in there and I don't sweat.
Yep.
Like, I would much rather do that and know that I worked my ass off than go in there and then leave like, you know what, I probably could have done one more thing. Or I could do another thing. Like, fuck you, just grind is bullshit, in my opinion. That's just how I feel about it.
I know Billy has actually like strong feelings about fuck you, just grind.
The fuck you just grind can go fuck itself. Because
There it is.
let me ask you guys something. How quickly do you guys get burnt out on something?
Within the week.
You're gonna tell me you're gonna sit there and continuously push and do something you don't want to do every
Are
day?
you enjoying it anymore?
Can't do it.
No.
It sucks. It fucking sucks. Now, I would say in certain aspects of life, sure, maybe that can apply, but it depends on what you're doing. When it comes to everyday life, though, saying you're going to the gym, doing content creation, whatever, it's like you just said, do you feel happy with the quality of content you just put out? No. Then why are you putting it out?
Because you pushed yourself through something you're not actually enjoying.
If you put out something, if you know you can put out A+ content, but you're putting out C- today, why even put that video up?
I got a question for you, Billy.
Okay.
Were you confident about your first soulless cooking video?
Me?
Confident.
Like
were
like
you,
what I put up?
when you posted it, were you like, I know this is going to do well?
100% no.
Did you enjoy the process of making it?
I did.
Let me stop you there real quick, and then I'll let you finish.
Okay.
Beyonce had the best video.
Fuck you, Kanye.
But I think the enjoyment overtakes the confidence of everything. Did you enjoy what you just did? You might not be confident right now, but you really are proud of what you just created.
Right.
And that's what really matters.
And
go ahead.
I would say this. I would agree with that.
Yes.
Yeah. My biggest thing was I put out the most simple fucking sandwich in the world. Hey, spicy BLT, let's get after it. You know, I felt like I could have done a lot more. Was I happy with the process? I was. Was I happy, 1,300 views on my first fucking video? Yeah, no, fucking, it's a big deal. I was really happy with that. I thought, honestly, I thought I was going to do like 50 views. That's it.
How many people were watching your videos before?
0.
Yeah,
I
how
didn't
many
have any
people? Yeah,
fucking videos.
exactly.
No.
So, like, yeah, it's something to be proud of, for
But
sure.
it's the fact of it's not even just content creation. It's like, I push back a lot on the show when it comes to certain topics or whatever. Just like we were talking in the meeting about doing the topic that you guys wanted to do previously.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I was not there for it. To me, it doesn't interest me. That's just who I was, and I didn't want to sit here and act like I was interested and put out.
I mean, we didn't
content.
want you to do that either.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Now,
because you're not enjoying it.
right now, if you guys want to do that episode on your own, go for it. I'm not going to be upset about that. Do that because it's something good that you guys can talk about if you guys are in for it. But for me, it's I'm not going to enjoy it. I'm not going to do something. You know, it's those little things in life. Do you enjoy it or do you not?
So I want to piggyback off of that and then end the show here. I noticed that I could keep a routine and keep motivated with things I give a shit about. Now,
I knew my penis would come in handy one day.
It comes in handy at least once a night.
Yes.
there it is.
Right at that nightstand. What?
But
that one nightstand.
Now, this isn't beyond me. You ask me to do something, I know I can do it, and I say yes to be nice.
Are you still gonna do it?
I'll probably do it, but I'm not motivated to do it, so I'm not going to enjoy doing it, and it's probably not going to be a great product, right? So, like, I really enjoy editing the show as a whole. I don't enjoy finding clips. I don't. I really don't. And it's really tough. And if you don't do it while you're editing initially, it's really tough to go back and do it.
Yep.
It's really tough to cause yourself to go back and do it. Now, is it something that I can find enjoyment in? Probably. But the problem is I'm not finding enjoyment in it right now is because I'm not making it easy for myself. I'm not setting up anything in the beginning to be able to make it easy and then actually enjoy the work. So to end the show, each person I want to go around, all three of us, are going to give 30 seconds of an actionable. Remember how I wanted to end the show with something so internet friends, I want to end it with something actionable. I think we bring that here this week because we've been giving advice, right? I don't want to just like talk about something and not give you something to be able to put into your own life. So Q, if you're okay with going first. Do you not want to go first?
I can go first.
30 seconds. Here's your podium. What's something actionable that everybody can go from this episode and put out into the world?
Hi, you beautiful sons of bitches. Smile. So I'm gonna test you guys a little bit of homework this week. If you only have $5 to your name, that's fine. Reach out to me. I will fund this for you. I want you to go to Target, Walmart, Michael's, wherever is the closest or best for you. I want you to go get a dry erase board that has calendar days on it.
There you go.
And what I want you to do is every Sunday night before you go to sleep, spend 10 to 15 minutes writing down 3 to 5 things you want to accomplish on each day. You can make one physically related, one mentally related, and then one work related, and then, or if you want to make one hobby related, that's entirely up to you. But I want you to make 3 to 5 things that you want to accomplish each day, and you can do the same thing like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I have either stream or workout as one of my bullet points. At least 3 times a week, I need to book a meeting at work, so I book a meeting on my to-do list. But then I also have some fun things on there, like I want to read 10 pages. I want to watch 4 YouTube videos in my niche. Like do stuff that it's also enjoyable for you, but plan out your week. And when you write something down and you look at it every morning before you leave for the day, it does miles of difference in your life, just to hold yourself accountable and help yourself with the accountability. So go out, get a dry erase board, calendar days on it, plan out your week, and see what happens. That's
Bill.
my advice.
He took mine, but I was using it as a planner. Like, get a little planner and do that.
I think it's a little bit different. Q's saying write things down. Now, are you saying just like
I was saying,
write
like,
down your schedule?
Like, schedule out your day, and then when you have something pop up, find out, can you
That's different from what you have scheduled out?
Can you schedule that in? Don't sit there and force yourself to be the person to say, oh, yeah, I can do that for you. Or, yeah, I can be there. Look at your schedule. Tell yourself, hey, can I actually do this?
So
is this something?
Your advice is don't be afraid to say no when something doesn't align with your goals.
Correct.
Okay.
Say
That's
no
what I would
more.
do.
That's a big one.
That's a
what I would
hard one.
It is.
But that's not a bad actionable item, is to look at it first.
Yes. Because I'll tell you right now.
Is it going to stress you the fuck out?
I believe it was you that did that on the New Year's episode. You said saying no more, or like sitting back and listening. So it was like along those lines.
Yeah.
So like I kind of tried to adapt that mentality, because like my thing is I want to do a lot more this summer. Not only like, be here for the show, but at the same time I want to be able to do some shit that I've never done before in my life. And like my weekends get fucked sometimes because like I do family dinner on Sundays, right? I want to be able to say no and be like, no, I'm out on a trip right now. Like, no, I'm doing something right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the mentality I want to do, is just like, okay, you know what? I'm going to take this weekend for myself. I'll talk to you boys later. That's what it is.
Okay.
You want to practice say no more? Go to a convention and make eye contact with everybody at all the booths, and as soon as they start to talk, just say no and walk away to the next one.
That's actually really good practice for that.
That shit was so hard yesterday walking through, because there's just 60 booths for this golf conference. Everybody's coming up, and you're making eye contact with them, like, oh, have you heard of this? I said, no, I haven't. And then I'd walk away. It was so hard for me. It was so hard. So if you want to practice doing that, and it's kind of silly, but it's good practice.
Cute, just walking up to people. Hey, how you doing?
So,
Oh, so have you heard of this? No. Gone.
It's like in-person hang-up.
The Irish goodbye.
So the actionable item that I wanna leave you with is find somebody who you personally know. I don't want you DMing somebody who you don't actually know, or that's just like famous. But find somebody you actually know whose goals align with yours. And I didn't do this for you, Billy. Calm down.
I'm sorry.
Whose goals align with yours and is trying to accomplish those goals, or maybe they're a couple steps ahead of you, and ask if they're willing to become accountability buddies with you. Ask if they're willing to engage in an agreement with you where you're both accomplishing your goals at the same time. Find that person, DM them. If they say no, they say no, and move on to maybe the next person, or maybe realize that this might be a goal that you need to accomplish on your own. But what I want you to do is I want you to go and at least try. Because another thing I think a lot of people need to experience is being told no.
Yeah.
Saying no, but also being told no.
No, motherfucker.
Because I feel like when a lot of people hear no, they get offended, And I think getting past that is extremely important.
They get super upset for no reason when the person hasn't even explained why they said no.
Exactly. So
Way to go, parents.
that's this is not a democracy. This is a dictatorship. Shout out my dad.
No, you can't have that. Why? Because I said so. That's not a fucking reason.
Yeah, well, I love my dad. Anyways, that's the end of the show.
Woo.
Check out teamexcluded.com/honestly oversharing for all merch.
Get that
Go to Uncle Irvin's. Camera just died. Good. Hey Q, can you do our Uncle Irvin's because the camera just died?
Yeah, go to uncleirvins.com. Use promo code RICO at checkout. Try the delicious products because they are scrumptious and their merch is actually high quality. There's a lot of companies out there that just have merch, say they have merch, and it's dog shit. They have great hats and great shirts. Their shirts is one of my favorites. I wear it when I play pickleball. So go check out Uncle Irvin's. Use promo code RICO at checkout. Get yourself a discount and some phenomenal beef jerky because you know their new slogan. Forgot it already.
Hit the
What was the
road,
song?
Jack.
Oh, hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more. At you, Bigfoot Jerky Company. Thank you.
Bigfoot.
Can you do the outro now? Do you know how? Do you remember the outro?
Yes, I'll do the outro. And a little plug for myself. If you guys want to go follow Range Golf on Instagram, that's RANGE Golf GOLF. Use promo code Mahomes15 at checkout, 15% off. They're supporting Jackson Mahomes this week, so go do that. But guys, you've been you, we've been us.
Almost.
We
It's
love
okay.
what?
We've been us. You've been you. It's okay. Go ahead. Go off, King.
You've been us. We've been you.
We've been us. You've been you.
We've been us.
Yeah, you've been you.
been you.
Yep.
Thanks for rocking with us.
Okay.
And as always, DJ.
Spin that shit.
Nice.